Good afternoon. This Diary of a Psychotic video blog is brought to you by Campbell's Soup. Good. I had a theory. What if Donald Trump really isn't at fault? Maybe he's the patsy for something much larger that was going on in our United States government. Gee, that hasn't happened before, has it? Well, anyway, he's just managed his defense team is so bungling, they don't know what to ask for. They don't even know how proper discovery is. They don't even know what the rules of discovery are. They have to explain that to their client. Their client is not a politician, and he was never a lawyer. He doesn't know much about the law. By the time you get to be president, you got to know a lot about the law. And maybe he's just a jerk who didn't make it work. So, could he be that gullible? I've never spoken to the man in person, but I bet he can be misled and led in particular directions. I was just thinking about that the other, earlier when I was dropping a friend of mine off at the barbershop. It could very well be possible that Donald Trump may have been duped the entire time. I mean, Rudolph Giuliani aside, wow, and Rudolph Giuliani, he's a cagey politician. What happened there? See, so I'm looking back at history and all these guys, and Andrew Cuomo and the rest of those guys, they're being discredited by stuff that's really doesn't matter about the job they did. Okay? It's all this extemporaneous shit that people who are subordinate to the guy calling the shots are largely responsible for. And they're told they're responsible for that too. Okay, so I was wondering if you ever went through all the job descriptions about who's under the president, how many of them were actually doing their job, and would Donald Trump have noticed? Would they have? These are all questions, valuable questions that I have since, I've managed some business. Some of them are successful, and some of them have been managed right into the ground. I try to micromanage things, and I don't know who's doing what in certain situations. I did have a couple of businesses that I kind of relied on others to help me run. I don't know if the presidency is one of those jobs. I mean, I've never been president, but I can see that job looks hard. I mean hard, really hard, super genius hard. And I'm like, okay. So, and I've watched the History Channel over and over and over. It's like different things and like that. I've seen every administration from Dwight D. Eisenhower. I was born in 59, but I watched that, I watched the History Channel from the time I was born. Okay? So, because those are the events that are actually going to shape my life. But I can see now that the groundwork for that kind of stuff gets laid in like 4, 8, 12 years ago. Okay? So a lot of the stuff that we're dealing with right now, I can relate to the Clinton administration. And as well as going back to the H.W. Bush administration before that. I was seeing that we had to deal with the war on terror because of the mistakes that were made during those two administrations about Osama bin Laden. Okay? Learn the lesson at who's at fault and who's not. We always thought, Al-Qaeda. No, Al-Qaeda and the Taliban trained the guys from Saudi Arabia to drive the planes into the north and south towers of the World Trade Center. You see, this stuff takes decades to unfold. We only live about 65 to 75 years of age. And then whoever comes behind us, you better hope to God they remember the same crap that you do. Or they're going to have to go through the same crap that we did. We had a president who was duped. You can think of who it was. Oh yeah, Mission accomplished. This is Don Keith with the Diary of a Psychotic video blog. Brought to you by Camel Soups. Good.